are you guys? Welcome. I am Lynn from L&J Goods. It's good to have you here. Happy Monday to all of you. What a delightful, delightful April Fool's Day it is. Megan had a trick played on her today.
I got.
She got.
It was nothing major. Just my mother-in-law told me I had a flat tire, and I just assumed it was true because I feel like every other day there's another car issue. And between me and my adult sons, my husband, there's some car needs something.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's what happens when you have that many adult drivers in your household, right? Oh my goodness.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I think one of the best. Well, actually, it wasn't funny at all. It kind of made me mad. But, well, I've had a couple of them. The one that you and your sister did on me, which we are not going to discuss, that was bad. And then the time that JR at the North Gravel Road house, I woke up in the morning and I went to turn on the water faucet to make coffee. I did that.
It's just all over the front of your teeth.
Oh. And sorry. Is it still there? Is it an April Fool's joke?
No, it's a lot.
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, the faucet. JR's pranks are the worst.
He is the worst. Is it gone?
Yes.
Okay. So he took black tape and he, the sprayer, the nozzle sprayer, he taped it closed, black tape around it, so that when I turned on the faucet,
she got blasted.
I got blasted.
It's a classic prank. Yeah, it's an absolutely classic prank.
Yeah, thanks, honey. I'll never forget it.
But JR also has the unfortunate, and David, my husband, also does it. They think a funny joke is to say. I think the setup for a trick or a joke should be, it's like bad news, and then you say, just kidding, it's actually not that bad.
Right.
Like with my flat tire that my mother-in-law said I had. It's like, guess what? It's not flat. A prank would not be to say, all your tires are perfectly intact, and then I go out and someone sliced one of my tires. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the reverse style, and David and JR do those kind of jokes all the time.
I know, I can't even think of an example now. But
whatever the setup is that they get, guess what, guys? We're going to Disney World. And it's like, just kidding.
Yeah.
There's no chance we're going in the next 2 years. And they think that's a funny prank. It's like, that's not funny.
Oh, so funny. So funny.
Just to watch the disappointment on our faces.
Well,
I'd like to hear about anyone's
does
anyone's
April
Fool, if they've been pranked or if you
do prank. Because we do love a good prank around here.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what I'm not going to be pranking on today. We are doing a really cool project, and anyway, I love antique transferware. I love it. I have a brown collection at home, and transferware comes in all kinds of wonderful colors. You've seen it in blue, in red, in purple, in green. Just beautiful, beautiful patterns and colors. And I always love recreating a vintage or antique look. And so what popped up on my YouTube channel or YouTube the other day was a project I actually saw it in the tribe. Erin from Provincial Farmhouse did some transferware look on a few pieces. And Erin, they were beautiful and so inspired me that I wanted to give it a try myself. So I grabbed a couple of things laying around today, and we're going to attempt to do Erin's project. This is one you wish you had the side-by-side. How do they do that on reels and shorts where you're kind of trying to do what this person is doing? Anyway.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But anyway, all the credit today goes to Erin at Provincial Farmhouse. If you're not following her, please do on YouTube. We'll put a link down below when we're done and ready to edit this video. So
if you tell me what it is right now, I can
Provincial Farmhouse.
Okay, I'll add it right now.
Megan's going to add it right now.
She has a website?
Actually, her YouTube channel.
Okay, you got it.
Would be perfect, yeah. So, so it totally grabbed me, and she did hers in blue, and I think she did some green. But today we're gonna do a black transferware, which I love. I've never collected black. I've had a few pieces, but I thought, well, let's try it. So we're gonna do that. And hey, while you're here, ellenjgoods.com is where you can find us. If you're not watching us on Facebook, you're probably over on YouTube. You can also catch our lives on our website, right there on the front page if you scroll down a little bit. So while you're here, please let us know that you're here today, and tell us how your day is going and where you're from. We always love to know where you're from. So with that said, we appreciate all of your comments, your likes, your support in any way, through subscribing or following. And that is the business end of the deal today. How was your weekend, Megan?
Well, it's not quite the end of the business.
Well, no, Megan, we'll fill you in just a minute, but I'm going to flip the camera down so you can see what we're working on today.
So as promised, I just put a link to the Provincial Farmhouse YouTube in the description down below on YouTube. I will tag it in. I'll make it the pinned comment on Facebook. You can also find a collection that I made for today with all of the supplies Mom is using for this project. A link to that can be found down below on YouTube, up above in the description on Facebook, or on our website. If you look up at the top of our website, there's a category called Featured on our online tutorials, and you can just scroll down and look for today's date and the name of this video, and you'll find everything she's using here today.
Yeah, very good. So I'm using the new Veranda stamp, and I just haven't. It's not too usual that I do an IOD stamp project like kind of out of the gate. So
yeah,
with a new release, I don't know why. I love the stamps, but I always seem to find other things to do and then run out of time. And so, but this totally got me inspired, and I've been looking at this stamp and how beautiful it is, and thinking of a piece of furniture with panels of this beautiful bamboo crosshatch and like a cameo insert. So that might be something that we work on at some point. Excuse me. So what I've done, since this is the first time that I am using my IOD stamps, I gave them a light, just once or twice over with a sanding block. This just has a little bit of worn 220 sandpaper on it, and I'm just going to go over this just to make these more easily ready to accept the ink or paint, whatever you use. Okay, so let me show you, and I didn't get my pictures loaded of the before. I have them, but you'll see those a little bit later. This is one of those vintage metal Italian trays. I didn't finish painting the back, but I wanted to show you what I did to prepare this piece and this little crockery pitcher that I ran over to the local thrift store, and I bought it for $2 today. And it was just like the perfect shape and size. So I thought, excellent. So here's what I did to prepare these. This is metal. This is a pottery with a glaze on it. I first used a couple coats of, not the cracking paste primer. Where is my,
what are you looking for?
My bonding primer. I must have put it back. The Pentart bonding primer. Oh, here, Megan, look over there. Yep, look there.
Right
there it is.
Coffee.
Right next to my coffee. So I coated the whole thing. Here I only did one coat on the back, but I did 2 coats over everything else. You can probably maybe just barely see the pattern through here. I'm going to be adding a second coat of paint on this in just a minute. But this is the bonding primer, and I have found that this is just such a good bonding primer. Everything I've used it on has been awesome.
Just wanted to see the color.
White Swan.
I didn't mean to distract you, sorry.
So a couple coats of that, and I did 2 coats because I wanted to make sure that I had everything completely covered. This does go on white, which helps you to see where you've put it, but it can be a little tricky when you're working on a surface that's white. This has actually got a blue Italianate scene on it, and there was some rust and scratched up. It's been around here forever, so I thought this was a good project to work this on. I let the bonding primer dry for many hours, and then I applied a coat of Debbie's DIY White Swan paint. This has 2 coats, but I can see a few spots that I need to touch up, and I'm going to go ahead and give this little crock pitcher another coat.
Did you choose Debbie's DIY because you love to stamp into it?
It is because I love to stamp in it, Megan. You're absolutely right. So I think that IOD ink and Debbie's DIY paint goes so perfectly together that it's just a win-win always when you do a project. I don't know why this paint like holds the true crisp images from the stamps, but it does.
I almost feel like
it absorbs it.
I was going to say
something.
It absorbs it, where Fusion has a sealer. I can see why it doesn't.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
But that's good to use when if you need to wipe off.
Yeah, I'm going to give this a very quick light coat because I want to show you another thing that I do to really smooth out the finish on this, the finish coat. I have my Mr. And obviously, because I'm applying another coat of DIY paint, I did spritz it a little bit just to keep that paint moving nicely over my first couple of coats. Now, what I will do is, and it's not going to get rid of all the brush strokes because it's Debbie's DIY paint, and it's thicker and it's chalky, and that is exactly what we want it to do, is to create that kind of texture that we love. But one thing that I did is I just gave a light mist over my whole piece, this tray, and it does kind of settle some of the brush strokes down. And I did that into the wet paint after I got that final coat on. Okay, so again, you're still going to see brush strokes, but we're going to have a lot of pattern on here. This just kind of helps to settle everything down, kind of levels everything out a little bit. So I'm going to ask Miss Sophia if she would go and dry this. Sophia Rose.
Melissa said she has writer's cramp from writing all new labels for her DIY paint. We just had Sophia making labels.
Oh my gosh. Melissa, don't you love those new cottage colors in the bathroom? If you could dry this. It's just the top. Thank you, honey.
Lisa Avery's here. Linda Walsh.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Okay, so let's go ahead and give this guy another quick coat. But now, can you see that pattern kind of showing through?
Barbara said, we had a guy in our office who was always late. Well, on April 1st, one of the guys took an earpiece apart, and when Steve called in late, the boss could not hear him, and steam was coming out of his ears. Well, they did it to all the phones, and each time he went to another phone, it did not work. It was so funny, but we could not laugh because he was a tyrant. I'm sure you laughed afterwards. Hey, Laura Hall, are you home? Yes, Erin did. She used the stamp to make an imprint on clay as well. Deborah
Yes,
said.
yeah. She does some great projects. She's, and of course, a lot of the original Transferware came from England and it came from the UK. So I think it's appropriate that Erin did that Transferware project.
Sandy wants to know, are you going to be painting any furniture with the new cottage colors?
Oh my goodness. Well, did you see my YouTube video? I did a little humidor, which I guess that counts as furniture. I did that in my YouTube video. And by the way, thank you, you guys. Those of you that watched that, we really, really appreciate that you took the time to watch that little collaboration video. And it just made me really happy to see that so many of you enjoyed that. I did the 6 new colors. I did 6 projects that I kind of thrifted from our own basement and barn, which was fun. And there we go. Let's get that all covered, and that is pretty good. That is 2 coats, and I'm not seeing any of that pattern through there. But Melissa Jacobson, this is your day because we are going to be using Fineline Crackle today.
And excuse me, Melissa Jacobson, I saw that you signed up for camp, and I'm so excited. Now that's a good prank, to tell me you're not coming to camp, and then
show
be
up.
like, just kidding, I'm coming.
Or just show up. Right?
That's the right order.
Yep. Let me get my heat gun. And I'll at least get this started. And then we will pass this one over to Soph as well. I know that so many of you watch many of us as IOD creators, and I love that. And certainly, I usually don't have time to watch what everybody else is doing, and that Erin's just popped up, and of course, it just immediately grabbed my attention. I thought it was so pretty and totally my vibe. So, like I said, my inspiration came from her, so I want to make sure that we give her credit. And then this one, honey, you can put your hand right in the top, and then there you go. Perfect.
Diane says she uses the pounce method to paint all her trays with a round sponge brush.
That's it.
No
Yeah,
brush strokes.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. I knew this would have a lot of stuff going on, so I wasn't too worried about it. But yeah, that is good, and I do remember Erin doing that. So she took a little makeup sponge and pounced that paint all over it, and did several layers. You've seen me do that too, and it does create. Then we can be assured that there are absolutely no brush strokes. But you know, this is going to get Crackle over it and all kinds of stuff. So I think we're good. Now I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys. This is where I get nervous because maybe I don't do as much stamping because I always feel like I'm not that good at it, and so
Practice makes progress.
Practice makes progress. I need to do more stamping. That's what it means,
yep.
Right?
Yep.
So bear with me. If I mess up, we will definitely show you how we're going to fix that. I've got my Q-tips handy to dab any little areas that I might, where I might get ink where I don't want it. And I've got my water handy. I've got baby wipes on hand. I got it all here. So we're going to do it.
I'm going to say the answer to this question is no, but I'll ask it anyway. Yes, last time I opened my Crackle, it was kind of dried up. Can I add water?
Well, what Crackle?
I'm just thinking you need solvent to seal it, so I wouldn't think water.
No. Don't confuse. Which type of Crackle? Is what I want to know. So I'm gonna start to lay this out a little bit to see what I want to do. I definitely want to put roses in here, and then I'll do roses all around the outside edge. So we're going to be repeat stamping this. And I was on Pinterest today, and I was just reviewing some patterns of Transferware, and we're going to think we're going in the right direction here. So I'm going to grab this little guy too. So I have these three.
Do you have a thin mount?
I don't necessarily need a thin mount because I'm going to be working in these curved surfaces. So the only place I'm going to need a thin mount is right here, but I'm just using the backing for my... So we'll do the easy part first, okay? So I placed my little oval cameo and this, one of the rose swags in the center. And I have my IOD black ink here. And I'm going to go ahead.
Okay, she's talking about the white base, the cracking paste, I would guess it is, right? Or what is it called?
Yeah, you could probably thin it out a little bit with water. Yeah, I've done that. But keep in mind, too, you guys, that once you open these containers, if it's exposed to air, and that even means that open layer, it could have a tendency to dry out. I need to get some more ink. So you just want to be sure that you are... Okay, this is my...
Tightly closing your jar?
Yep, and sometimes you can even add a little bit of a shrink, or what is it called? Press and seal on the top. Also...
You mean like you would for guacamole?
Yeah,
like push
absolutely.
Down into it?
Yeah. Get it nice and tight down to the surface of your product. Thank you, Sophia. Sophia's here working with us today. Let me work this in. I want this nice and juicy. I know Megan hates that term.
I don't care for it.
I know. Oh, yeah, there we go. And of course, I press my ink pad onto my stamp so that there's minimal excess that gets on the stamp where I don't want it to be. But there again, I want to make sure that I have the baby wipe handy to clean up anything that may have gotten off of the stamped design. I don't know. I feel like that ink is not sticking there. So, you know what I might need to do, you guys? It's hard for me to tell if it's just the texture. I did stamp, or I did sand all of this. So
we went over that in this video, right?
Yep.
So I get like deja vu, I feel like, where I'm like, was that today or the 20 other times that we've done that?
So I'm just trying to center this up, working around cameras and awkward angles. Did you press start on the... Mm-hmm. You did, okay.
I pushed the red button.
Perfect. So I'm holding with one hand. I don't want to shift this.
It's a great tip, Jeanette, to practice stamping on paper.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is going to be good. Okay, I just want to... It's okay to lift it as long as you're holding this in one position. You just don't want to shift this or else you're going to smudge. So I'm really holding this. Yeah, there's a lot of like textury pattern in there. And Deb, who sent us a lovely, lovely gift to play with from Amazon. thank you. I did send you an email. That was so very generous of you, and I cannot wait to work on a project with the things that you sent me.
So generous and sweet and thoughtful, but also a bit of an April Fool's prank itself, because it was a few days of Mom wondering, did she order those trucks? And was it like in the middle of the night I ordered them?
Why can't I find
Because I did want those, and I did have them in my cart.
I know. Yeah, I'm a little bit off center. I am. That's for sure, but that's okay. I'm going to tell you what, if you look at authentic Transferware, I had a little piece out right here. This is by no means perfect. This was a very imperfect little process that was done, and I have pieces that they're like off-centered and so forth. So
yes, Kelly. Oh, you mean, well, Sophia isn't in a crafting phase of her life right now, but she's here helping us just do some work around the shop, which is very nice. But Hattie and Mabel absolutely love to craft here every chance they can get. Or anywhere. Any space will become a crafting space for them immediately. Right. They keep craft supplies in their purses, their little purses and bags.
So is this going to bother me? No. That's it.
Yes, right. YouTube is now putting commercials on and lives. We don't really have any control.
No, I mean, honestly, you guys, I wish I didn't have to, but we do have to monetize.
But we always have. They just now that they're doing that in a way that they didn't used to.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can pay for YouTube with no commercials, I think. But
yeah.
I know, it's weird.
Okay, I'm just going to make sure that these are well sanded. All right, I'm going to glove up because I don't want to get ink all over my manicure today. I really don't.
It would be cute to have a tiny Transferware manicure.
Oh, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh, that sounds so nice. Okay, so now I'm going to try to work these edges right here. The little inward curves. And so here's my stamp. I've got just a little touch of ink on the edge here that I need to clean up. And we will... I'm going to go like this. I'm going to hold and work that down into that concave edge. I'm still holding it because I don't want to shift this. I just want to make sure that I can get it pressed all the way into this rim, this little rim of the tray. And then lift it up. Not bad. Hey. And if you have a little spot, like see right there where I have a little spot, I'll just take a damp Q-tip and I'm going to just wipe that off because it's Debbie's DIY. It's kind of like I'm wiping the top surface of that paint away, which is also why we want several coats. Okay. And anywhere else. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, now I'm just going to continue using these smaller stamp bits all around the outside edge. This is going to be tricky, so I think I'm going to use a small one in there So I'm going to move right over to here. So for here, I'm starting, oh, see, I smudged it. Okay, I can't. That is unacceptable.
And that erasing is a little trickier on Debbie's DIY.
It's not. Actually, it's easier.
Really? I would think you'd wipe away some of the paint.
You are wiping away some of the paint, but it also means that I can come in and I can...
You are so encouraging, everyone's saying. Don't overthink it. Even if it's a bit off-centered, with everything else, you'll never notice it.
Yeah, that's true.
So nice.
It's true. I always, you know, in my mind, I'm thinking of what the final project is going to, or the final thing is going to look like. And so, I have to be okay with it, you know? Like, what is the worst that can happen? I have to repaint my tray? That's okay. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to give this a very quick coat to cover up any little inky smudges that I might have had there. There you go. All gone. How about that? And it's all okay. Let me dry that. And then we'll move to a different area, I think. You know, I have 2 projects, and am I going to get to both of them? Probably not.
No, of course not.
Because I'm thinking, oh, I want to be able to show you guys the Fineline Crackle on this. So while I'm doing this, I do want to share some information. If you are a furniture painter or an upcycler, I will be in Georgia. Megan and I will actually be there the first weekend in June. No, I'm so sorry. Back it up. It's the last weekend in June. I don't have the dates in front of me. We will be in Georgia for the Painters Business Association conference, which originally was, it's always been in Europe, in England and in Europe, and they're bringing it to the U.S. So that's really exciting. So you'll see a lot of the industry leaders there and creatives who are there to demonstrate their particular brands and share their knowledge about the furniture painting and upcycling industry.
It's exciting. I'm excited.
Very exciting.
Hey, Royce.
So I will be there with Josie and Sally, and we'll be sharing all things IOD and demoing, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
It is going to be fun.
And we'll be meeting people that we've never met before. So that's so cool. It's just going to be a great networking opportunity, and it's in a beautiful location. Yeah, look at, I have not perfected my technique here at all. Which is probably why Erin did this, and I didn't. Who said it? It'll be okay. It's really going to be okay.
Lots of people said that.
It's all going to be just fine. I'm not going to get all perfectionist on me right now.
Leslie said, my first purchase from EJG was the IOD crockery stamp. That's a great stamp. Using those stamps on a curved surface was a real bugger.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
not the first thing to try with stamps.
But I think that there's so much pattern going on that I really think it's going to be okay. And like I said, if you could see the antique transferware pieces, I should have brought some. to show, you would see the imperfections that occur on those pieces. Okay. Yeah, this one was easy. Like, it's when you get it curving in more than one spot. Okay, press, press, press into that curve. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, I'm sweating bullets right now.
It looks really good. I think it looks so cool.
I'm sweating bullets.
Yes, Royce, I think Erin did hers with the blue ink, and it was really pretty.
She did, yeah. But I wanted black and white transferware, so.
But I think, yeah, it would be very pretty with blue as well.
Absolutely.
Sheila's holding her breath.
Thank you, Sheila. I'm truly, like, sweating bullets here. I'm not kidding you. I am so not, like, good at all of this.
Well, you're not selling it. You're supposed to be saying how easy it is. Anybody can do it.
But you know what? I always pick the most challenging.
But I think you could get this look on something not curved, too.
Absolutely. And there's what I needed to do, is do that. I'm going to show you. Lift. Oh, yes. I got it just a touch right there. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to show you what I did in my next.
Oh, my gosh. Linda got pranked. When I worked in an office many moons ago, the men wore business suits and ties. I got to work early and closed all the office doors and then used my crafting skills to cover the doorknobs with Vaseline. Then I sat at my desk and watched them one by one come in to turn that doorknob. When that hand didn't work, they would use the other one. Now both the hands were greasy. They could not wipe their hands on the dress pants. Oh, it was so funny. But I went to lunch, and when I got back, everything on my desk was either glued down, taped closed, and my chair legs were tied to the desk legs.
So they figured out who did it,
My
obviously.
typewriter was covered with the cover we used every night, and when I uncovered it, there was a huge fake snake just wrapped around and through the typewriter. Wow.
They got you back.
So was it worth it? Elizabeth said, I love all the idea, but stamping is a challenge. So we need to be doing more stamping, Mom.
Yeah, we do. I think we do.
Because if you're challenged by it and other people are, I think that just means
well, I'm challenged by it on surfaces that are challenging, you know? Yeah. Okay, so watch what I'm going to do. I am curving this, right? I'm curving my stamp so that it fits into that curve right there. Then I'm holding it down. Don't move. Don't move. And I'm pressing the rest of the stamp into my paint. Okay. Requires all of your fingers to do this. Okay, and here we go. Lift it. Yeah, nice. Okay, good. And I'm just going to touch up there where I've got a little smudge. A little smudge. Royce is here. Royce, I will take care of my situation with you as soon as I get off of this live.
Oh, that's very cryptic.
It is very cryptic, isn't it? I'm going to come over here. Again, I'm going to curve this to fit into that curve. Right there.
Margaret said she thinks it's perfectly imperfect.
Which is exactly the look we're going for, Margaret. Thank you.
Danielle said, Lynn, would it be easier to stamp some white tissue paper and then decoupage on it?
You know something, Danielle? Of course. But then we don't always take the easy way. I do like a challenge. I'm not kidding you. I love a good challenge. So when I look up into my screen up there, I'm seeing beautiful things happening. I really am, and I'm liking this so far. Even though it's not perfect, I'm looking at it from a distance, and I think it's just beautiful. So let's fill in.
The name of the stamp is Veranda.
A little more. So yes, you can certainly stamp onto rice paper, tissue paper, let it dry completely, and because this is permanent ink, you can then decoupage it without it running or smearing or smudging. So yes, that is an easy way to do that. But like I said, why would I ever do things the easy way?
I can't believe you thought you were going to crackle this and do another.
I know.
piece.
Okay, so we've got that. Oh my gosh,
Patty said, "I'm clapping for you. Can you hear me, Lynn?"
Good. Thank you.
You're so nice.
Thank you.
Did everyone have a lovely Easter? I hope
We did.
we did. We had a fun Easter.
Okay, I'm going to curve. Press. Good. Good, good, good. I'm just kind of working between all three of these stamps here.
Oh, Kelly had said, "I had a new niece born on March 25th, and her 4-year-old sister wanted to name her Bingo."
Oh!
Oh, and Al, because Al said I only bingo stamp.
Oh!
You know, I've never ever played proper bingo. I would love to do that sometime.
Maybe
we should do that at camp.
That would be a fun game night to do bingo. And we could do prizes. Let's do that.
All right, don't make any promises yet.
I think it's better than like Settlers of Catan.
Well, I never said I was going to make them play Settlers of Catan. Wouldn't that be funny? Just for my own happiness, I forced all of you to play Catan. And they would all be like, "We're trapped at, we paid to be here.
We are never
and somehow
coming
we
back.
are being forced to play Settlers of Catan with Megan.
Because Megan wants
She should be paying us." Okay, Deb wants to know what Transferware is. She's never heard of it.
Okay, Transferware is an old type of crockery that they would actually create. They would apply a transfer. Think of this. An image. You know what? I know where I have a piece in here. Let me see if I can.
You were going to tell me, but you realized it'd be easier for you to go on your own.
Just make a conversation, Megan.
Well, tell me about your Easter, everyone. Ours was a success. We went on a hike in the morning, and then we went to my brother's in the afternoon and feasted. And then we did a little Easter egg hunt, and we all played euchre, which was very fun. My grandma played, and she won. She beat everybody. My grandma's almost 89 years old, and we had a tournament. I think there was 12 people, and my grandma won by like 10 points. She beat everyone. So she was very pleased.
Okay.
I was just telling them how grandma won euchre.
This is Transferware, right? So this is a Meakin piece from England, and you can see that pattern that's in there. Oh, it looks like it's pretty perfect. This was after they perfected the technique. This is a piece of willow, and This is from France. This is a willow piece. But so these are like kind of like a paper-ish pattern that has some kind of pigments or inks or something in it that would be put into the pottery, the glaze. And then when it got fired, the pigments for the transfer would remain in the glaze. And then obviously the paper would burn away because it's at such a high temperature. So that's transferware, okay? All right. Yeah, I don't know if we might have to finish this on Wednesday. Do that and do the,
Honestly, it crackled.
I know.
It's up to you if you want to keep working. I'm sure everyone would be happy to see it through. Melissa wants her money back. I'm not going to force you to play Catan.
Okay.
Whew. Sharon said, how do you tell the difference?
What do you mean?
She must be referring to something you were...
The transferware? I just by researching, I think. I can just usually tell when I pick it up because it just has that look. I don't know how else to describe it.
Oh, Paula Marquis, they did a scavenger hunt for Easter and they celebrated the official adoption of our 4th grandchild. That is beautiful.
Oh, Paula.
Camp is not sold out yet, Deb. There's a few spots left.
Just a couple. Yeah.
I will add it to our collection for today.
Just a couple spots left, and I'm so excited because I'm doing a custom. Oh, well, I'm not giving it away too much. I'm just not.
For game night, what should we do? I would love suggestions for anybody who's coming, or even if you can't come and you just have a great idea, I'd love to hear that as well.
I think bingo does sound fun.
It does. I don't know how to do a proper bingo.
Oh my goodness.
That's something to think about, though.
It is something to think about. Megan's like, Mom.
No, I like the idea. I think it would allow people to hang out and chat and not have to focus so hard on a game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Everybody's voting to stay in Crackle.
Okay. We'll stay in Crackle. I don't think this is looking too bad, you guys.
No, it's looking really good. I'll give you Erin's YouTube, Kelly. It's the pinned comment here on Facebook. I linked.
Yeah, go watch her do it the right way.
Yeah, call my local senior center. Yeah, maybe Grandma can come help us with
maybe
bingo.
She would be.
I've never done it.
You know who we can ask? Sue and Devin. They always do. They do bingo all the time at their shop.
Irene, I have not perfected Catan. So my sister-in-law is really good. Is really the best. She played, and because I just recently found out she's playing it on her phone to practice in between.
Oh, is that right?
Yes,
I did not know that about Rebecca. No wonder.
I'm still kind of playing around with my strategy as far as what resources are my priority. I would like to know what your resources are your priority, Irene. Judy said you could do a craft supply bingo, like Under the Bee, Crackle.
Yeah, right.
I think that could be really fun.
Lord knows we got enough stuff that we can give away and make those prizes.
You could use scraps from decoupage paper or transfers and make fancy bingo cards.
All right, I think we're going to use this to do some trim around the outside edge.
David's family, that he has, Henry's won bingo the last 2 years at the Christmas party, so maybe they have like a bingo thing. I don't know. But I mean, we can figure. David's the bingo caller. They have like a little microphone and everything.
Well, then David could be our bingo caller.
We don't have that many people. Hey, Gilly.
We don't have that many people. What?
Like, it's not like an all-bone Christmas party, that many people. Where you need a microphone.
The way these girls gab.
There is not, this workshop you cannot attend virtually. The camp LNG Goods. Most all of them, we try to do one a month where we can do a virtual workshop, but the camp we can't do virtually. It would be very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, just look for that Catan app. You might get some good practice in, Delray. Carol said, someone told me if you turn the plate sideways to catch the light, you can see little bumps in the transferware.
Oh, yeah.
Gilly got a big call from her daughter in Kansas City that she got a new job in Buffalo.
Nice.
That is wonderful news. And in other news, Sophia's roll has been toasted. Just right 2 feet behind me. If you want to know what actually goes on in this studio, there's a toaster oven behind me. That's just one of the secrets you'll find out when you come to camp. I love when people see where we film.
Oh my gosh.
And see it go. They're like that's it.
That's it.
Because it's what you're seeing is a perfectly framed little area, and it's absolute chaos all. It's like, oh, it's so small, and oh, your kitchen's right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
people do. They walk in and are like, oh,
it is crazy. It is funny.
Wow. Like, look at that.
Sometimes it's not good to see behind the curtain.
That's right. It's kind of,
it's going to be disheartening.
Oh my goodness. Alrighty. We're kind of.
Oh, I will say that, Irene. Yes, the development cards are usually my go-to. I love stocking up on those development cards. This is Catan Corner, everyone.
Why don't you guys start a separate chat room first?
Wendy said, "Can someone tell my husband that we should go to Camp EJG and then go to his car show?" Yeah, tell him to come in the room, and I'll tell him right now. I can help you find a place to stay, whatever you need. Yeah, this looks cool, Mom.
That's it. I guess it looks like it's gonna look. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing the crock today. I wish I had used a different trim,
just wipe it off.
Oh, but I don't want to keep everybody
Again, they are not being held hostage here like they will be at camp. They can go as they please, come and go as they please. At camp, that's not an option.
That's right.
You have to stay.
Once you're here, you're here.
Yeah. Because if you're gonna end up wiping it off anyway, you should just decide now.
I think it'll be okay. I really do.
Oh, Stephanie, I'm so glad you're here. How are you feeling?
We've got 1,000 other, well, not 1,000 other IOD stamps, but we have so many that we could use some kind of a little trim.
Margaret, I will put a link to camp right here in the comments so you can get all the information.
All right. Is that good enough, you guys? Is it good enough? What do you think? I think it's good enough.
If you don't like it, now's the time.
What? Okay, I need a quick idea for a stamp, you guys. This is because I do not like this.
Do you need fresh wipes or you have them?
Oh, you know what though? Maybe I'll kind of smudge that in. No, what I need is a stamp that has a good, thin, straight trim kind of a piece.
Queen Bee has several.
Let me
It
see.
has all of those.
Okay.
You want me to pull that out?
That's a possibility. Are there others?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't like this, you guys. But I don't mind that kind of grayish color in the background. I think that'll be kind of cool. Thought I was going to be smart like Erin and just use the edge of that.
Is that how she did hers?
Well, she used like she used trim, like little edges of the cameos. And that was just not doing it for me. Wasn't doing it for me. How are we doing, Megan?
Got a couple.
Couple of options.
This one, Alphabellies, has the like little small pieces that might be easier.
Alphabellies.
There's also
yes.
Adornment.
No,
has a
let's
lot.
do Alphabellies. Then I have more control.
That's what I thought. Those little
yes.
bitty pieces.
Oh my gosh, I haven't used Alphabellies in so long. Okay,
Rambo kind of likes it just white.
Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it? But I do feel like I want something along there.
A lot of people like it without anything around the edge.
But then it doesn't look like Transferware to me. Yeah, I got to do it, you guys.
Overwhelmingly, everyone likes it plain.
Well, it's my piece.
That's right.
And Transferware always has these tiny little...
Yes, Apothecary does have some bits. You're right. We haven't even barely gotten to know Apothecary yet.
We haven't.
She was here and then she was gone.
Woo!
But she'll be back again.
And she'll be back again. Oh, I like this. Yeah, this is good. I like this. Yes. Whoops.
Oh, Deborah said she loves the clean white edge, and she looked at some of her Transferware, and the edges are plain.
Are they? Yeah. But I like this. So you guys,
I like it too.
I like it.
I think either way is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if you felt like that was too challenging, if someone was doing this, then you could certainly leave it.
Yeah, if you find the edge more challenging than these multi-curved surfaces.
Julie, I'm so happy to see you here. We missed you. And Stephanie, we're just so glad that you're here today with us.
Keep wanting to flip over. Yeah, I do like Did Laura say she's back from?
Yep, she's back.
Nice.
Alpha Bellies, I think we do have some Alpha Bellies. Let's see.
Alpha Bellies is cute.
That's not discontinued, is it?
Nope. I did a really cute video with Alpha Bellies.
No, we have some. What stamp were they saying? The mercantile works well with the Alpha Bellies, I think the sisters were saying.
Did they?
Yes. Deb said, don't feel you have to rush. We're loving this.
Oh, okay. Well, I just think of like YouTube and like the algorithms over there with video that goes on forever.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't think they push the lives out as much.
All
All
right.
right.
You're gonna make this a little shorter too, right? A shorter version.
Well, no.
Isn't that why you're filming up here?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a reel.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna do the edge. Kind of like what I did on the dresser that Melanie and I did.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
I do like the black and white. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now everyone loves the trim.
Good. This is the part that's going to be a little trickier.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of people traveling here for the eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah said, well, Lynn, now you've done it. Blue and red transferware is not enough. I really needed something to search for. Black transferware.
Exactly. I always loved the idea of it, like, oh, for like a Halloween table. So you can search for me too, Deb.
Wow, that would be really cool on a Halloween table.
Wouldn't it? Probably if I had a tinier little ink pad.
Do you want one? We have them.
Yeah, but I'm good. I'm just gonna quickly get through this.
Oh yeah, Grambo, you're ahead of us. She said, anytime I stamp after drying for 24 hours, I give it a light spray of Rust-Oleum 2-time clear matte finish. Mom has Krylon right next to her.
Yep, Megan's gonna go, and
I was given a lesson by JR since he had to leave.
I think that that's okay, right? You know, the other thing I could do is I could do this, which is what I wish I would have thought of it before.
Laura's favorite is the brown Transferware. She has several sets that she's collected.
Yes, I love the brown too. I have some pieces that I've collected. Alrighty. So, okay. So now I have to send Megan to give this a spray with Krylon.
Prayers
She's
up.
going to quickly go and do that, and then what I'll do is I will maybe put a little something on here. How about that?
Well, I'm going to be right back.
Yeah, I know. It's going to take a minute to dry, though. I was thinking of using Alpha Bellies, but Man, there's a lot of good stuff on here. There's so much good stuff that we could use. I mean, look at that. I think, yeah, let's just go ahead and get some on here. Very good. Oh, this is so cute. I really love this. Alpha Bellies for the win. It's adorable. Oh, yeah, I like this. I like it a lot. Oops. Other side. Other side. Look at, oh, so cute, you guys. Okay, so we've given this Krylon spray. I can smell it. Let me put these aside so we can clean those later. Now let's go ahead and get some cracking primer on there.
Okay, Laura, there is a collection. Let me see if I can just link it to you to make it easy for you. But I always have a collection with all the products that Mom uses in Alive in the description on Facebook and YouTube. Or you can also find it right on our website, but I'm going to give you a link right to it.
Okay, folks, cracking primer.
Thank you, Delray. Oh, can you show the Krylon?
Oh, yes, it's a matte sealer, matte finish. Okay.
Oh, I see. You didn't need to know about the collection. You just wanted to know about the Krylon. There it is.
So I'm going to apply my layer of cracking. I'm using Fineline Crackle. It's a 2-part system. And so I'm going to spread a layer of the primer, which is kind of looks like Elmer's glue, with a clean, dry brush.
Deborah said she had a whole set of Blue Willow and gave it away. She didn't know what she had.
Oh. And I don't want to brush over and over this. If it starts to drag a little bit, I want to keep my brush wet, I guess is what I want to say, so that you're not picking up this primer as it starts to dry.
Oh, we're crackling, Gilly.
Here we go. We are crackling.
Yes, Cheryl, Mom was inspired by Erin.
Yep. Gave her full on credit. Now, she did a different type of a crackle thing, and I just thought, oh, this has got to be Fineline Crackle. Just has to be. We want to make sure that we have completely covered our piece. with that base.
Oh, yeah. Delroy said, I was also inspired years ago by the planter the IOD sisters did that looked like Flow Blue. Mom
Flow
did that
Blue,
too.
yes. Oh my gosh, I taught workshop after workshop with that technique here, and it's just such a favorite. Which I was kind of thinking about that project too, and how, they were looking for that smudged effect, and so that made me feel okay about what was happening here.
The smudging. Do you need another one of those?
No. So get that crackle on there, get it moving. Make sure that it's not dragging. If it's starting to drag, you need to dip that brush in again and get that on there. Just got to make sure the whole surface is covered.
Oh, that's actually great to know, Barbara. And I will remind them again on Wednesday. She said we should keep our pets inside during the eclipse.
Is that right? Why do you say that? I'm so curious. We were having discussions about this last night, about the impact on animals, and
I for sure feel like better safe than sorry, right?
But what could? Oh, so your dog or your cat
so
doesn't
look up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think I've got this all covered. All right. So could you get that in some water with some soapy Dawn dish detergent? And we are going to dry this. And it will become transparent.
She used the Veranda stamp to make a pattern on. She's inspired by Erin from, tell me the name of her channel? Provincial Farmhouse to create a piece of the look of Transferware. And she used the Veranda stamp to do that, and now she's applying Fineline Crackle.
I'm getting a bubble or two that are rising, so I'm just wetting a brush to smooth that out.
I'm not sure exactly I know we're in the path of totality for the eclipse, Stephanie. I'm not sure, if there is anywhere on the West Coast that is.
No.
No? I mean, they'll see some effects, I'm sure, but not.
It's so minimal, like 10% or something,
Yeah.
if that. Okay. So could you grab me that hair dryer, please?
It's right here, Mom.
Oh, perfect. I'd love a t-shirt with this.
I was just going to say it would be so pretty on clothing.
Sorry for the dryer. Turn down your volume. It'll just make it go faster.
Oh, so what was the platter before?
What?
Was it silver?
It was a tin, like
Tin.
a painted tin Italian planter or tray. Don't do that.
Don't do what?
I just touched it before it was dry.
Oh, yeah, you do have to be careful with the Fineline Crackle to not touch the primer. Jeanette said, every state park in Texas is booked along the path of totality. It's going to be insane in those areas as people crowd over to that area. Yeah, we have like a lot of tourism coming in to where we live too. Like everything's booked.
Woo! I don't know why I'm getting so many bubbles with this. But it's alright.
Well, what causes bubbles?
I don't know.
Soap? Sophia said soap.
Soap, yeah.
You don't know what causes bubbles with Fineline?
In that cracking time, I'm not sure why I've got bubbles, but it'll be fine. I think it's only going to add to the effect. So,
Stephanie thinks it's the heat causing bubbles.
maybe, but it was kind of bubbling as I brushed it on a little bit.
Bonnie wants to know, is it possible to stamp onto ceramic, or does it have to be applied to just a painted surface?
Oh, you could, yeah. You would probably want to change up your ink. And maybe use one that's made specifically for glass or ceramic. Like Stazon is one brand. Almost dry.
Stop touching it.
Huh?
I'm so nervous when you touch it.
No, I can see where it's dry and where it's wet now. Like now we're committed, you guys. Now we are committed to this.
That's not dry. I know, crazy lady.
Now, I will say, you guys, the best thing to do when you are doing the any crackle process, let your stuff dry on its own naturally. Please, please, please. Then you're not going to have issues like I am right now. I'm forcing this and I'm moving along quickly and I'm not giving my project the very best techniques. Just so you know. I just like to mention that.
Yes. We're speeding things up here.
We are.
Perhaps you'll be able to do this little pot like in the correct, give it the time it needs. And
Yes,
see
of
what
course. Yeah.
Dagny.
Hi, Dagny. Dagny just had a nice visit with her daughter.
Nice.
A week-long visit.
Where?
I'm not sure where you went. Dagny,
Were
where
you
were
traveling?
you?
Corinne, are you telling me that in the span of us starting this video to now you took a 3-mile walk? That is upsetting.
It's very upsetting.
She said, so glad you're still on. Had to get my 3-mile walk in. I just hope that you started it before we went live.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you guys asked for it. I'm doing it. I know a lot of times with these two, just let them play. Let this video just play. Or you can pop over to Erin's page and watch her do it in 10 minutes.
She was in Trenton, Ontario. Candy Horde is here.
Hi, Candy.
And Annie's here.
Annie of Indie Annie?
Yes.
Hi, Indie Annie. I got your messages, and she's been a busy lady.
Good.
But we're going to try to work out something with her. Okay. Almost here. Jeez, you guys. I just feel so bad that this is taking as long as it is. But, alright.
There's definitely some white. I can see some, like, white where it's not dry. No, inside, like, towards you.
Oh, yeah. It might be underneath.
And, like, right here, it's really white. See it in here?
Okay. Yep. Sip of tiny baby Coke.
It's gone. I can get in your own now.
Will you share it with me?
I just have it.
Oh, shoot. Come on, you guys. Oh.
Well, we should have had Sophia drying it while you were working on your other thing.
No, that's okay. I just feel bad that it's taking as long as it is. You know why? It was a little bit thicker. Yeah. It's dry on the surface. It's just... underneath. It's right there. All right. I'm going to try heating it from the back side since this is metal. Maybe that will do what we want it to do. But I think it's going to be okay. I really do. Yeah, I was going to do a picture.
Delra said she's cleaning her craft board while she's listening, so you can just
Beautiful.
stay on all day.
Okay, yep. I'll just put it on play and walk away. It's okay.
She does do that sometimes, Laura. She said, like, the cooking shows have duplicate projects in various stages of completion. We have definitely done that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Like today, she had the bonding primer part done and the painting part done, hoping that would help.
I know, but you know, the other thing is too, like, I'm not going to make like 3 trays with. All right, so let's do this. Okay, this is the Fineline Crackle. It is an amber color. We're going to just spread this over. We don't want to drag it back and forth, but we want just an even, thin coat.
And the Fineline has kind of a porcelain finish.
It does.
It's very special and different from the other crackles.
Yes.
I think it's so fun.
Now is the time for your Fineline Crackle questions.
Let's hear them, because I know there are some.
We do have videos in the Pentart playlist.
And I think I'm going to get Mom to do like a one-off private class that's just Crackle focused. Because we have a lot of Crackles, and I think it would be great resource. And it could just be one night.
Mm-hmm.
But you could easily do 2 hours on Crackle. On all the Crackles.
And have things prepared in advance.
Yes.
With.
Yep. And just show the differences.
Yep. So I'm just making sure that my brush is nice and wet with the medium. And let that glide over the surface. We don't want it dragging and then lifting up dried or drying bits of this step.
Annie, she's using the IOD black ink. Yes, everyone wants the Crackle class.
Is that right?
Yes. Maybe
I mean, honestly, we just do it at like $10 or something just to cover our
Crackle
prep. Yeah, right?
But I think that format would be better for answering questions.
Of course, yeah. Okay, nice thin layer. Now what you're going to find is, if I were to leave this to dry overnight, which I should, or at least several hours until it's completely dry on its own, you might not see those fine lines appear at this when it's completely dry. But if you throw some heat on it, oh my gosh, that Crackle just comes out. And it's hard to see. That's the other thing with fine line Crackle. You might in fact think, but there are no cracks. Maybe you're not seeing them. And they don't evidence themselves until you
put like a wax.
Put the wax on it, yeah.
Leslie said, I've had time to pull my dusty Transferware down off the shelf and wash it. Time with you as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Rambo asks, do you think the cracks are wider when you heat dry it and finer when you let it dry by itself?
No, I think that it probably depends on the type of Crackle medium that you're using. That's what I think. There's a micro Crackle that has such teeny tiny fine lines. It would be great on like jewelry pieces, something like that. Oh, thank you. Oh, that was good. And this is very glossy, so because of that, also you want to make sure that it's dry. Now, what do you use to reveal the cracks? You would use a solvent-based wax, okay? And so it's not going to be like Debbie's, or it's got to be that beeswax. It's stinky wax, right? Antique. I don't want antique paste.
Oh. You want the antique
wax.
Paste, I thought.
Oh, yes, I do.
Not the wax paste, yeah.
Not wax paste, antique paste.
When you're talking about Pentart.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's the stinky wax that you would have to clean up with a solvent base or mineral spirits. Okay.
So the antique paste, I just wrote down the notes. The wax paste is harder to clean up and you must use a solvent. It has a more dramatic effect. Are we sure that's not what we want to use? Antique paste is easier cleanup with less residue.
Oh,
so
well,
I think you do want
me my wax paste. Actually, probably need to open one.
Yeah. What color would you like?
Umber.
Is that umber wax?
Megan took notes when we were talking to Teresa about this. So I am just going to dry this. What?
No, just antique paste comes in umber.
Yeah, I have. All right, so I'm drying this, and you'll. What?
The antique piece still has the exclamation point. It's still like
It does.
Yes, it does. It's just the wax paste has a more, like when you're dealing with a gold to a gold, like a gold wax paste versus a gold metallic or gold antique paste, the wax paste has a more dramatic.
Okay, yes, it does say danger on it. So, I think. Okay, yeah.
But the antique paste you can wipe away more easily than the wax paste.
So, again, this. It's sometimes hard to tell if it's dry because it's so glossy. But I'm beginning to see some crackles. I am beginning to see some cracking. So I know some of this is dry. And you just kind of have to tip it this way and that, and you can start to see those very fine lines appear. It really is cool. And you know, if I had done like an edited, I've done edited versions of Fineline Crackle, and yeah, they're concise and pretty, but
Lisa said the stinky stuff is the one that I used to love to smell as a kid. Wait,
yeah.
that explains a lot when I say it out loud. So does the fine line create more of a crazing?
It does not. I would not say that. It creates a very fine hair-like porcelain. Yeah, we should probably. There's some little samples on pots that I did up on that shelf. Maybe I know there's a little pot that's got like a transfer on it, and then. So this is all dry around the edge. We're getting there, you guys. We are getting there. Did you find it? Who said to keep going on this? Here I am.
In this, I don't have the pot, but that shows.
Yeah. So this is fine line right here. Oh, you should have brought a few other samples because then we could have shown them. Well, no, we're just focusing on fine line right now. But see that this I actually put pigment powders into the cracks, which we could do as well. Okay, come on, cracks, start coming.
This could be the project that makes you crack.
This could be the one that doesn't work. Oh, Lord. In which case, I might just delete this entire video. Could be.
And pray that no one screen recorded the whole thing.
Exactly. Oh, but I can see some cracks coming right there. It's just not hot enough yet. Or it's just not time. But here, once it starts, it like goes, you know, like the cracks just start happening. Yeah, there we go. There's UPS, Megan.
So.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what this board's doing. I don't know what this board's doing. What did it? I did 438 and didn't do here or do the headshot. But then I went all the way out to Murdoch and picked up all the trees out there, and now I still got deliveries to do. No pickup stuff?
Okay. I mean, it is just as smooth and glossy as it can be, and I'm just wanting to see more cracks come. And I don't know why. Here I see them. Megan, are we down to like 2 followers now?
No.
You say they're dropping like flies. Like, okay, this is enough. All right. But I guess it's also good to see, you know, I will say one thing about an edited video is, you know, I mean, I edit out all that drying time and all of the process just to create a quick video to watch. So this is giving you an actual like idea of the time that it would take. And I'm seeing lots of cracks happen. Oh, I wish you guys could see them. It's so hard to see them on a glossy surface. And I try to catch it in the light just right. And I don't know if you can see any of those cracks, but they are coming on strong now. Like once it starts, they just go.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, yes, 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 yes.
Okay, there's still people hanging in here.
There are. How many do we have watching now?
Liz, how cute. She said, I caught the last few seconds of a live. Seconds, honey? You just started part 2.
Oh, do we have anybody? We
Yes,
do have
I
a
told
few
you,
people
yes,
watching.
they're watching. And they'll come back later and watch too.
I know.
And they can fast forward the drying.
They can, yes.
You can even go back and like cut some of that, can't you?
Well, then, yeah, I could make it this an edited video instead of a live. Which maybe I will too.
Oh, I see it. I can see it from
You
here.
can see, I know. Isn't that great? And it's really going to show up when I get that wax on there. I just want to make sure that...
Cheryl said, I like the videos in real time. We are students, and this is the lesson I need.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. There. Oh, it's like I can see them coming. This is where people get like, but I don't see any cracks. Like if I'm just looking at this like this, I don't see them either. But when I tip it in the light, I can definitely see. I don't know. Can you guys see them at all? Might be hard. But I'll tell you when you're going to see them is in a minute. Okay.
See how it's shiny though?
Hmm?
I'm asking them if they can see. You can see like it's a porcelain. I think it's
Yes, it's so beautiful. So if you want to maintain this beautiful porcelain finish, you would put a gloss finish over this. And you also want to make sure that you are using a solvent finish. Again, it's the danger stuff. It's the flammable
Yeah. Show them
danger.
the exclamation points.
Well, I'm talking about like the finish after.
But that even this. Like,
yeah.
Can't this be considered the finish or no?
No, I would put an additional. I'm down to the.
Do you need another one?
No.
Lisa got her laundry folded. I should have thrown a load of laundry in here.
All right, now you're going to be seeing.
This is the exciting part.
Now you're going to see those crackles. Do I have any, maybe a little clear wax?
Well, of course,
something to remove the excess.
Even a Debbie's clear wax you would use?
Let's.
You need like a solvent, like a.
Is there a little bit of turpentine for the solvent? I got a goober right there. See those cracks coming? Or maybe just a paper towel. I'm going to try that first. I'm going to wipe off. Oh, I think that is so pretty. There. You know, I'm right down like to the end of my wax, and so it's really pasty. So you can thin that out with solvent. This is just the Pentart solvent, and I love this too because it comes in a tiny little jar.
I love the smell of it too.
You do?
I do. It reminds me of like pine sol or something.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it almost has a citrus smell to it.
Laura said this is such a neat project. I ate my lunch and cleaned up my desk.
Well, good.
Well, next time I'm bringing a load of laundry.
I wish JR would. You know, I kind of wish he would hook up.
Oh, they're not hooked up?
No, they're not.
Yeah, would really be helpful. To me, that's been a big transition for me, going from being a stay-at-home mom to working full-time. It's like, that's the one, it is work for sure being a stay-at-home mom, but you can get a load of laundry in between when you're doing other things, you know. Now I can't. Michelle said, I think it is important to see the process in real time so you have a good idea of how long each step takes. Someone might give up too soon thinking that they did something wrong.
Thank you for that.
Everyone says it was worth waiting for.
Good. These cracks are worth waiting for, I'm telling you right now. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So
that is
pretty.
The look. That is the look.
Right there. You just want to press that wax right down into those cracks.
Kathy asked, will it continue to crack after putting it on?
No, yes, until you put a finish on it or a solvent. Like this wax is considered a finish, all right?
Cool, Mom.
It's so pretty. Oh, see, then we get to the end of something like this, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that I
that you stuck
did
it
this,
through.
even though this is off center.
It's all right. Don't talk about it.
So you want that wax to settle down into the cracks, and then you'll remove the excess. But it's very, very important. This is the most important thing with Fineline Crackle. The most important thing. The finish on this. Because you do, even though I put the wax on, you know, I've kind of removed a lot of it with the solvent. So I want to put another type of sealer on this to protect this whole finish. Okay? And what I need to use is a solvent finish. Stinky finish. It would be, for example, where's my gloss Krylon? Did I take it in the back again?
But we also have a gloss.
The solvent, yes, the solvent finish gloss varnish is my preference, but you can also do a spray gloss Krylon. Both of them are going to require a situation where you have appropriate ventilation because they are stinky. Is there a spray can back there with on the shelf? I had it out earlier. Yeah, we've got it, but but there it is, you guys. All right, Megan, come talk for a second. I can probably. Okay.
Way tucked in the back. I don't know if this is it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see.
But you can
gloss clear. Okay. This is what you want to use, or you want to use the Pentart Brush On Solvent Base Varnish in a glossy finish. If you put a water-based varnish over this, a polycrylic, like Fusion, like any kind, Debbie's DIY Big Top. If you were to put Fusion Tough Coat, if you were to put any polycrylic finish, Jane's Funkature, right? What's going to happen? It's going to react to this Fineline Crackle two-step process here, and it's going to get gummy. It's awful. I've made that mistake, trust me. So I usually opt for the clear varnish in a gloss. This is Pentart. If you turn it over, it has, and it's probably going to be hard to see it, but it does have the flammable and the exclamation point. It tells you work in a well-ventilated area, but this is what you want to finish this with. And the gloss is going to preserve that real porcelain, shiny kind of finish. Of course, you could use a matte if you wanted to, and that was your look. But I love that. I want to preserve this pretty finish. Also, do not clean up the wax with baby wipes.
This is a good. I understand, Corinne. It does seem confusing because it's not what you usually do. She says so you can do sealer over the wax. In this case,
if it's a solvent base, right? A solvent finish. All right.
And if you get confused, just look at the collection I made for today because I put that in the collection so that you remember which one to use. And of course, stay tuned for our private Crackle group.
Yeah. So what you need to remember is that you don't want to mix a water base with a solvent base. All right. That's just it's like oil and water right there. All right. Just think of that, oil and water.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad. So, but if you have wax, you cannot apply a matte sealer. Okay, so for example,
Deborah said, I just did that. I used Big Top. Is there any rescue?
No.
It's over.
No.
I'm sorry, Deborah.
Okay, so these are water-based. Okay.
Don't even drip it on there, Mom.
These are water-based finishes right here. Water-based. They clean up with soap and water. Do not use these on your Fineline Crackle. Use these.
Flammable danger.
Flammable danger. Yes, that's what you want. They must be cleaned up. They don't clean up with soap and water. They clean up with like turpentine, mineral spirits, solvent, turpentine. Look at, see all the warnings, the dangers, all of that. I mean, we here we are promoting dangerous.
Is my niece right in this room with us? Yes.
Yeah. But that is like the biggest thing. And you guys, once you get that figured out, then you're good. Every other one of the Pentart Crackle systems, you can use whatever finish you want on them. Mm-hmm. The only one that's different and that you must use a solvent finish
is the Fineline.
is the Fineline Crackle.
And Deborah,
These are the only things.
That is very sad, and I'm very
it's so
sorry
sad.
for your loss.
I've
Mom's
done
been
it.
there.
Oh, I've done
That's
it.
why she's
I've
saying
done
this.
it. Yeah. It's awful. And the thing, like, but wait, mine doesn't look as pretty as the one that I did at. What did I do wrong? Why? I mean, Teresa showed us how to do this, and it was beautiful. And then I come back and I did it all wrong, and blah, 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 you know. So, but that's the biggest takeaway. Fineline is the only one that is different as far as finishes are concerned. And if you guys can take that away from this, and I swear I'm going to do another short video to somehow like drill that in. We got to drill that into our heads that Fineline needs solvent finish. All the other crackles, you can put any finish on them that you want. Make sense? All right, you guys, we are closing on 2 hours. I hope you enjoyed this whole process. Thank you again, Erin at Provincial Farmhouse, for the inspiration. And yeah, I kind of like it. This would look great even with a little, you know, like hanging on a wall. You could do it like an entire like collection, you know, like plate collection. Create all your own transferware and do a really cool gallery hanging on the wall. It'd be so neat.
Great job. Love it.
Woo! Okay, that's it.
We haven't done a long one like that in a while.
It's been a long time, yeah. So thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you on Wednesday. I'm thinking we might do an inlay project.
Beautiful.
Thinking I might do that.
So just get ready for more questions. Those are our top 2 most questions, inlays and Crackle.
And and I think we need to do more stamping in the future so that we can nail it down, right?
Yep.
All right. Thanks, you guys.
Bye.
Have a lovely rest of your day. Happy 1st of April.
April 1st.
April 1st. Okay. Take care.
Bye.